I call on Colin to introduce our guest speaker, Martin. And look, he's got several pages, so I'll sit back and enjoy it.
Thanks, Jill. Now, Pat Ambry handed me this, which is pretty much Martin's life history, but however, I will refrain from reading this and I'll let Martin, who is says here, a professional certified life coach and business coach, motivational speaker, and author of the self-help book, Follow Your Own Path. Now, on that basis, I think Martin's probably capable of speaking for himself. So, without further ado, I'll pass it over to Martin. Martin from Eustress.
Stand here. Well, good morning, everyone. Thanks for having me. Would you please raise your hand if you've never seen me before, if this is the first time? Wow, everybody, and I kept telling myself I'm famous. Well, I guess that settles that. Anyhow, it's nice to be here. I have some interesting ideas to share with you, which I think will be of benefit. Now, the reason I put this presentation together is because I have an interest in personal development, in helping people improve their life. I feel that if I'm not making someone else's life better, then I'm wasting my time. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, come on Martin, pull the other one. Well, it's true, and I'll tell you why. It's because I'm selfish, aren't we all? Because I know that the more people I help, the better my chances are of getting into heaven. Now, it hasn't always been this way. You see, as a child, I had an interest in understanding how things worked, so I would take things apart. The only problem was sometimes I couldn't put the thing back together again, which didn't please my parents. Anyhow, this interest led me to university to study engineering. I graduated and worked as an engineer for 25 years, and during that time, I was focused on the task, on the job, and I didn't pay attention to the people side of the equation, which I regret and I believe held me back. About 5 years ago, I started developing a strong interest in wanting to understand people, how they work, and what drives and what makes them successful. So I went back to school and I became a life coach. Now, I don't claim to be an expert. You see, the danger with calling yourself an expert is as soon as you do that, you stop learning and you stop growing. Now, one thing I noticed is that success leaves clues. Do you know what the biggest difference is between a successful person and an unsuccessful person? And I'm not talking about a 6 or 7 figure income. What's that? A bigger house?
Bigger and a bigger house.
Yeah, that's true. Well, the difference is a successful person's got an open mind, whereas an unsuccessful person has got a closed mind. And you can easily pick the unsuccessful person in the room, because they'll be the ones sitting there with their legs crossed and arms folded thinking, what the hell is this joker going to teach me that I don't already know? Well, I'm pleased to say that from what I can see, we've only got successful people here today. This is just a disclaimer to say that the information I'm about to present is general in nature and does not take into account your personal situation. So if after this presentation you go off and start relieving all your stress, having improved health, better relationships and making more money, you can't hold me responsible, okay? So I just want to make sure that was clear. So we're here to talk about stress. Would you please raise your hand if you've experienced stress within the last week? And keep your hand up, please. How about the last month? The last year? Okay, looks like most of you. You can put your hand down now, thanks. Please raise your hand if you've never experienced stress. Well, if you've never experienced stress, so we've got one, or you're afraid to put your hand up, then either you don't understand the question, or you don't know what stress is, or worse, you're dead. Because stress is a normal part of life. And that's why it's important to understand what it is, what causes it, how it affects you, and what you can do about it. And I'll talk a bit at the end about life coaching and answer any questions. Okay, so what is stress? Is it something you can see? Can you put it in a jar? Anyone? Well, stress is your body's response to a demand or situation. It can make you feel scared, pressured, tense, excited, nervous, or challenged. Stress can be both good, called eustress, or bad, called distress. It can be good in that it can motivate you to get out of bed. And it can be good that it can motivate you to complete a task. However, stress is normally bad. When we feel stressed, our brain sends a signal to our adrenal glands, which sit above our kidneys. These glands release hormones. Two of those hormones are adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline increases our breathing rates. It increases our heart rate and our blood pressure, thereby driving blood to our muscles. Cortisol increases the amount of sugar in our blood. When these two things come together, you're ready to fight or flight. Now this is great if you're being chased by a lion. However, if your stress is caused by something emotional, like being stuck in a traffic jam, then there's no outlet for this extra energy, and that's when it can damage your health. So what causes stress? Most of you raised your hands. Can you please share with the group what causes you stress? Anyone?
Teenagers.
Teenagers, good one.
Just getting out of your comfort zone.
Getting out of your comfort zone causes stress. That's understandable, yes.
Losing a big contract.
Yes, that could be stressful.
My nephew dying from cancer.
Yes, that's loss of a family member, that's stressful too.
Not being organised.
Not being organised, yes, that causes stress.
Rotary Club fines.
The Rotary Club fines, yes, that's a big one I heard. Does anyone have a mother-in-law? No, seriously, I love my mother-in-law. Anyhow, I'd like to show you a short video of stress in the workplace, what causes it and how people can react. Just, sorry, I've got to press the button here.
You're right there, Kate. You got a bit of stress, you got adrenaline.
Bit of a Tina moment there.
I think you get the message there. Okay, so here are the top 7 causes of stress. Number 1, you would have guessed it, workplace or job stress. It costs the Australian economy over $15 billion every year due to absenteeism, presenteeism when the person's physically at work but mentally they're somewhere else, incident injury management costs and workers' compensation claims. 40% of job turnover is due to stress. When the demands of our job exceed our capability, that's our knowledge and skills, we feel stressed. When the demands of our job exceed our capacity, the time we're given to do a task, that causes stress. When you have little control over how you do your work, that causes stress. Unclear processes, procedures, roles and responsibilities, all these things cause stress. And as you saw in the video, technology failure causes stress. Also, doing unfulfilling work that's to you pointless and not exciting, that causes stress. Tension with co-workers or your boss causes stress. And if you work in a hospital, you have to deal with patients, or you work in a school, you have to deal with parents, or in a call centre, you've got to work with customers. These people can have unrealistic demands, and that causes stress. And sometimes you can be subjected to verbal abuse. Are you subjected to verbal abuse at your work? I'm not. I only get subjected to verbal abuse when I go home. Okay, number 2, lack of money causes stress. If you lost your job or have the potential to lose your job, that causes stress. Or you may feel you haven't got enough money in retirement. Anyone here feels like they haven't got enough money in retirement? Well, that can cause stress. You may have high medical expenses due to your illness. That can cause stress. Okay, health issues cause stress. You may be ill, not know whether you're going to get better. That causes stress. Or you may have a sick child at home or in hospital. That can cause stress. Or elderly parents that you need to look after. That causes stress. Relationships. Now, relationships, as you know, are a major source of happiness, but they can also become a major source of stress. You may be going through a separation or a divorce. That causes stress. Or loss of a family member. That can cause stress. Or with arguments with friends. That causes stress. Poor nutrition causes stress. Too much caffeine, processed foods, sugar. Did you know that sugar equals acid? In fact, stress equals acid. And acid's very bad for your body. You see, your body's got a blood pH level that ranges from 0 to 14, with 7 being neutral, which is water. Water's got a pH of 7. Now, if your blood pH level is less than 7, it means it's acidic. If it's more than 7, it means it's alkaline. Now, if your blood is acidic, what that means is your blood lacks oxygen. And on top of that, you've got now an environment that promotes cancer growth. So the best thing to do is try and get your blood pH level to be about 7.4. That's the optimum, slightly alkaline. And the way to do that is by going green, eating vegetables, things like that. Watermelon's got a pH of 9, so eating watermelon's good for you. Even drinking lemon and water, that alkalizes your blood. Okay, media overload. I noticed there was a claim that someone was texting, but yeah, all this technology causes stress because we're available 24/7. People texting us and expecting us to respond within seconds or minutes, and we feel like we need to respond within seconds or minutes. Email, same thing. Please raise your hand if you've got a Facebook account. And keep your hand up if Facebook's the first thing you check in the morning or the last thing you check at night. I've got to admit, I do sometimes. I even heard a story of a teenage boy whose phone stopped working for 2 weeks. Because it took his mother 2 weeks to get the phone fixed. He was very stressed, and on top of that his girlfriend broke up with him because she wasn't receiving responses to her text messages. So it's getting a bit crazy. Number 7, sleep deprivation causes stress. It doesn't give you the ability to rest and recharge and balance out your hormones. So if you need to travel to Europe or America and you don't sleep, that causes stress. Or you may have a baby at home that doesn't sleep, that causes stress. Or even worse, you may have a partner who snores. Does anyone have a partner who snores?
Yeah.
Yes. I've been told I snore, but I've never seen any proof. Okay, so how does stress affect you? Professor Perkins in America did a study and showed that 60 to 90% of stress is linked to doctor visits. That's a whopping 75% average. So stress affects your whole body, from your head to your toes. It affects your brains and nerves and give you headaches, make you feel sad, angry, irritable. You have trouble concentrating, you have memory lapses when you're stressed, trouble sleeping, and it can lead to mental health problems like anxiety disorders, panic attack, depression and suicide. Now, 2 people where I used to work committed suicide. One was a young lady who worked in a call centre, another was an elderly gentleman who worked in the field fixing faults. So it doesn't matter whether you're young or old, black or white, male or female, stress can get to you. Okay, your skin can break out into acne and other problems due to stress. Muscles and joints become inflamed. You can get neck pain, shoulder pain, back pain. Also increased risk of reduced bone density due to stress. Your heart beats fast when you're stressed. You get a rise in blood pressure, increased risk of high cholesterol and heart attack when you're stressed. You get stomach pains, heartburn, increased eating and weight gain due to stress. Pancreas, increased risk of diabetes. Intestines, diarrhea, constipation, other digestive problems due to stress. Reproductive system, for women, irregular, more painful periods, reduced sexual desire. For men, impotence and lower sperm production, reduced sexual desire. If I can make a suggestion, if you want to have a better sex life, the secret is to reduce your partner's stress levels. I know this is going to sound chauvinistic, but if you're a male, I suggest you do a bit of laundry, clean the house, wash the dishes. You know what I mean? I've tried it, it works. And if you're a female, don't be shy, take the lawnmower out, mow the lawn, you know, wash the car, take out the rubbish. Come on, you can do it. Your immune system's lowered when you're stressed, so your ability to fight diseases is more difficult. This is the hormone that's released when you're stressed. You can see the effects it has. It reduces your metabolism, makes you feel hungry, so you can see putting on weight's easy when you're stressed. Also, you become more hostile, snappier people, which affects your relationships. You can lead to depression, makes it difficult for you to sleep. Okay, so as you know, you can't avoid stress, but you can respond in a healthy way. Originally I came up with 47 ways to release stress, and I can send you the full list. All you need to do is tick the box on the back of the feedback form and put your email, and I'll send you the full list. But today I've only got time to talk quickly about the top 7. So number 1 is smile or laugh. I notice quite a few of you have got a great smile. Now smiling, when you smile, your body sends a signal to your brain to say, hey, I'm happy. When your brain thinks it's happy, it releases endorphins. Endorphins not only make you feel good, but they also suppress pain. So smiling is a great way to relieve stress. And I know some of you may be thinking, when I'm stressed, I don't feel like smiling. Well, you're in luck, because a German study proved that if you mimic a smile, you get the same benefit. They got people to clench a pen between your teeth like so, and they got the same effects as smiling or laughing. Number 2, breathe. If you don't breathe, what happens? That's it, correct. So when you breathe, you should be breathing slowly and deeply, in through the nose so the air is warm and filtered, and out through the mouth. So when you breathe, you increase the amount of oxygen. You release endorphins, your heart rate slows down, your muscles start to relax, you get a better body-mind connection, and you enhance your performance. So number 2, breathe. Number 3, move your body, go for a walk, go for a run, go for a jog. I know a few of you go to the gym, that's great. Have sex, all these activities release endorphins. Yeah, well, it's up to you, it depends what you believe in.
Sorry, Bernie.
But not now. Wait till later, okay?
He's got a big dose.
So moving your body releases that energy that's caused by the stress. Now, as we discovered earlier on, we've only got successful people here, and as you know, successful people don't just talk, they take action, right? So we're going to take some action. Can I ask everyone to please stand up just for a minute? I'm going to play a video, and we're just going to move our body, just shake it out a bit.
That's not good.
Okay, so can you please just get your hands in your pockets, that's step number 1. Just shake your hands and legs a little bit, wiggle your head a little bit. Come on, don't be shy, this is a safe environment, we're all friends here, right? And remember, successful people aren't afraid to be silly, they aren't afraid of failure. Okay, yes, that's a good one, let's start doing a little bit of dancing, come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. And if you start to feel a bit warm, you can take your clothes off, okay? Come on, let's do it. There you go, you don't need to take your clothes off. Thanks very much. Thanks for participating. Really appreciate it. You can sit down now.
Martin, see how in touch everyone here is. Who knows who that singer is?
Yep, who's the singer?
Taylor Swift.
That's right, correct.
No, I'm just like with her. Who's she?
Yes. Okay, tip number 4, talk about it. When you talk to a friend, work colleague about what concerns you, you release endorphins. He's starting to see the pattern here. Releasing endorphins is the key to relieving stress. Okay, number 5, focus on what you can control. A lot of people focus on the past and they focus on what they can't control. They focus on the weather, the government, the interest rates, other people. Remember, you can't control the wind, but you can set your sail to where you want to go. Drink and eat something healthy. Dark chocolate contains chemicals that reduce your blood pressure and release endorphins. Chamomile tea is very good for helping you to relax. You can see that it reduces muscle spasm, which causes pain. It's good for your immune system. It helps promote a better night's sleep. Just one note of warning here, if you're pregnant, you need to just check because some pregnant people can be affected by herbal teas and things, so I just want to call that one out. So, how do you check? I'll explain later. Number 7, do work you love, work that excites you. This is very important. By doing work you love, it releases endorphins, makes you feel good. So if you don't know what the work is that you enjoy, if you don't know what your passion is, if you don't know what your purpose is, then I can send you a free book called Find Your Gift, Passion and Purpose. All you need to do is write your name on the feedback form, your email address, and tick the box and I'll email that to you. Once you find your passion, the second step is to develop it, and the third step is to give it to the world. I believe this will lead to true happiness. Yes?
Just saying.
Okay, thank you. I believe it so much, and that's why I've written a book called Follow Your Own Path. If you're interested in a copy of this book, you just tick the box in the back of the form and I'll email you the link. It's available on Amazon. Okay, so in summary, you can't avoid stress. Stress is going to happen. It's going to set off an alarm in your body. It's going to get those 2 hormones to be released, adrenal and cortisol. So you need to do something. One of these 7 tips or some of the other 40 which I can send you for free, and that's to get your hormones back to normal. If you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to experience pain, your health's going to deteriorate, your relationships are probably going to deteriorate too, your income's probably going to go down too, and it's going to lead to exhaustion and potentially a mental breakdown, and you may even contemplate suicide. So remember, there's things you can do to manage your stress. Now, life coaching. One of the tips I mentioned was talking about it to someone, whatever it is that concerns you. One person you can talk to is a professional certified life coach. I just happen to be that person, but that's fine. Now, I'll just explain to you that if you want me to help you, I can help you overcome a challenge or issue, whether it's stress, frustration, anger, procrastination, laziness, loneliness, feeling stuck, lost, depressed, weight gain, drinking, smoking. I've got tools and strategies to help people with that. Also, I can help people start doing work they love, help find their passion, develop it, give it to the world. There's no better feeling waking up every day doing work you love, making a difference in other people's lives and earning an income. These are just some testimonials, people I've worked with around the world, in London, California, New South Wales, South Africa. Okay, well, thanks for sharing, listening and participating. Please do fill in the feedback form. I provided some forms and pens there just to say how you found the session. If you're interested in the 47 list of stress relievers or the free book, Find Your Gift, Passion and Purpose, we want me to send you the link to my book, or you're interested in coaching, just tick the box and write your details and I'll be in touch with you. Thanks again for having me.
Well, thanks very much, Martin. Perhaps we've got time for maybe one question only. Do I have a burning question from anyone?
What's the what's the main reasons people use you as a life coach?
Well, there's actually a variety of reasons. I'm now starting to specialise a lot more in helping people find their passion, develop and give it to the world. But I've helped people like they've been told they've got cancer, or they've lost a family member, or they're going through separation, or even I've like just helped someone recently lose about 30 kilos over a number of months. I've worked with teenagers too, and people that, even people that feel stuck get a bit depressed. And I'm starting to see a few patterns now. Like, for example, I found that people that get themselves into a situation of being depressed, I find that there's normally about 4 things that's going on. One of them is they're thinking about the past and worrying about what they can't control. Number 2 is they're focusing on what they don't have. what's missing, as opposed to being grateful for what they do have. The other thing I also noticed is they're thinking about themselves, and they're not thinking about what this community is about, providing a service to others. So I kind of help them do the opposite of what they've been doing, and that tends to help them come out of that. But one of the things I find very helpful is actually finding what you're interested in and working towards that every day, doing, you know, whatever time you've got, 15 minutes, half an hour, because that's really good for you, and whatever you do, is, if it helps someone else, that's even a bonus. I don't know if that answers your question, but yeah, it does vary. It depends on, because everyone's got different issues and concerns.
Thank you. I'm sure there'll be a number of other questions, and I'm sure Martin will be very pleased to answer that afterwards. I'll just pass the meeting over to Peter Blockley, who will give a better piece.
Thanks, Colin. I thought I was pretty relaxed, but now I realise I've got all these problems.
That's your hockey boots.
That's what keeps me sane. But seriously, Martin, thank you very much on behalf of the club, for your presentation. It's pretty light-hearted, but also I think pretty serious. There's a big message in there on many fronts. So thank you again for coming. And on behalf of the club, we've donated 20 polio vaccinations to our major program of polio eradication. And just a little memento of your coming today.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much again.
Thank you, Peter. And I'll pass the meeting back to Jill.
Thank you very much for your interesting talk.